Hey, loved ones. So I'm sitting here on my laptop doing some work, and I just thought about last night. I was tapping in with some of my readers, right? Because readers have readers too. And fortunately, but unfortunately, the readers that my ancestors send to me have their own very polite way of snatching my edges back, getting me together. Like, nevertheless, the message that really just got my whole life together last night, I was watching my good sis, her collective reading. But everything about the collective just resonated with me, right? So I knew it was for me. And one of the things that she highlighted and said that really stood out to me is that in our healing journeys, a lot of people don't talk about this space, right, of coming out of survival mode and having to admit that in a very twisted and odd way, right? You may be a person whose heart is absolutely full of love. You may be a walking example of unconditional love. But when it comes down to receiving it, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Why? Because all of the, examples of what we've tried to attach love to in the past just end up being like this little grimy, fake way, narcissistic love bombing, trauma bonding shit show, essentially. Even when it comes down to like the family love, right? Most of all of us have that same type of story, right? If you know, you know. I'm gonna leave it right there because this ain't about them. I'm not getting into them today. But what we are going to get into is this conversation. Okay? Now, y'all have heard me talk about before when it comes down to, manifesting happiness, beautiful, loving connections, unconditional love in your life, you have to sit down and just talk to yourself and be real and be like, hey, from the most spiritual part of me, right? From the most emotionally healed part of me, from the highest of myself. What does it look like for us? What does it look like to be completely happy, to be completely in love, right? And I think that is where, a lot of us either get hung up because I'll say hung up or just lost in the sauce altogether. Some of us get hung up because it's like, we start allowing ourselves to go into that, imaginative yet manifesting place and to start thinking about this reality. But then there's again like this harsh kind of like halt. But remember what you dealt with before. Like, where you gonna find it at, right? Because you looking in the remnants of all of your past experiences. And again, we're understanding, right? We're not there anymore, but we're just in survival mode. So it's like in that position of going into the newness. Wait, and then it's just some people who, when I say you get lost in the sauce, it's just kind of like, baby, my fear has kept me warm all this time. I'm not gonna be out here taking no chances for somebody to, just fuck me up again. But somewhere in the mix, we find this stagnant ass place, right? It's where we just lost. We don't necessarily have many examples that are around us that we can reference or talk to and say, hey, what did you? And so what a lot of people like us will do in a lot of different scenarios, and yeah, I know it's some of y'all too, because y'all be reading for y'all, so I already know what's up. Don't play. I ain't gonna call y'all name, but don't play. But what happens is we self-sabotage in this place, in this space, right? We don't allow ourselves to enjoy love, not even in increments. Fuck the unconditional part. We too scared to even accept the little piece of love, right? To even enjoy it like this love, because we worried about how it's going to end. Lord, am I going to get hurt? Is this about rejection? You know, we just worst case scenario every time. And so we self-sabotage. We say no to all of the loving experiences and all of the ways that the Most High is trying to teach us what love is and, you know, how it feels, what it looks like, what works for us, what doesn't, and being okay with it. We just say, fuck it. Like it's not a beautiful gift. Right? So, saying all this to say to myself and whoever else needed to hear this. Just, first of all, just tell yourself every day you're okay, you know, to be loved. You're safe to be loved. Being loved is a normal thing. Keep telling yourself that. Because the unconscious part of you, whether you know it or not, believes that it's not okay to be loved. For whatever reason, you know, for however that rejection energy showed up in your life, that's still the same, you know, space of damage that we all can kind of relate and be like, yeah. But again, just talk to yourself. Allow yourself to know that you are in a new space, a new place, a new vibration, a new identity. And who you are right now is very much safe to receive love, to be open to love, to know what love is, to explore love, to explore the good sides of love, right? Talk about all the time. We know enough about the bad. We know enough about what not to do. But baby, we are in new territory now. Even in the transition, we're still in a place that we've never been in before. So again, talk to your spirit team, love. Talk to God. Talk to yourself. Talk to the God within you. Talk to the being within you that wants to love and be loved. Talk to the inner child. Let him or her know that they are safe to be loved. That love is a good thing. Almost like you're, training a child or raising up a new child. Forget how you were raised and, what worked and what didn't work. But for what you know right now, what would you tell a child? That you want to protect from all of this, trauma and unhealed as foolery that we were subjected to, that we had to heal from, that was projected onto us. How do we break that curse? What does that look like? And baby love, on my side of the story, on your side of the story, on cousin them side of the story, on the other side of the world, it's all right. It's all going to make sense, and it's all going to pull us back to that space of loving unconditionally, which says that there are no barriers, there are no limits, not even ones that I allow fear to build. Okay? So, yeah, that was my little read. I delivered it to y'all a little bit more gentle than it was delivered to me, but that's all right. That's all right. Either way it go, we're going to get the point, and we're going to get this love, and we're going to get it right, and we're going to claim all of the power that is attached to our ability to love and be loved unconditionally. So, with that being said, I do love you unconditionally. I mean it. And I accept all the love that you send to me. And I want you to have a great day. Peace.